multimodality. Basically, you can say it's the second part of my presentation because the first multimodality is explained by Mr. Yusuf very thoroughly. He gave the very broad picture of multimodality. Okay, so multimodality basically modes of communication through which we communicate with others, and it helps us to convey the meaning. For example, if you are talking with someone, so you use the hand gesture, so you use the hand gestures, body language, and facial expressions. So it conveys the meaning more than words. Okay. So let's see that. But what's multimodality? Refers to the study of how multiple modes of communication, spoken, written, images, gestures, sounds, and special organization combine to create the meaning. For example, facial expression, gestures, pictures, and body movements like during the presentation. So these are the pictures that these are the elements of multimodality. Like first is a hand gesture, second is oral, third is visual, and fourth is a special, which is organization of things, and last is written. Okay, so which row? Next. Yes. Background मतलब full circle. पीछे पीछे. Okay. Okay, so this is the slide. This is the pillar of my presentation. This is all about that I am talking about. So how we visualize the things in our mind. Everything you read, okay, so your mind will take it and compare with the memory that exists in your mind before. So how your mind creates the idea of things, like when you are reading something, your mind automatically generate picture in your mind. So let's say that converting the words into picture based on yes, word into picture based on the stored memory and known concept. The concept that are exist in your memory, you can only generate the picture that based on memory that exists in your mind. It can only generate images by relating to what already exists in our mind, combining or modifying the prior knowledge creatively. For example, this is the main example that like if someone has never seen or heard about an elephant, they cannot visualize it based on text. So if a person know that have no idea about that how elephant is, so he don't make the picture in his mind. But if they know an elephant and size and shape, but are asked to imagine a purple elephant, their brain use prior knowledge and add the creative generate image. So in this way your mind works to convert the information that you are reading into the pictures. Next, for example, that how your mind relates. Uh, Imagine the word forest in your mind. You are getting something in your mind.
Yes,
Yes, it's a picture of.
a place full of woods.
Yes. And now imagine the word forest,
Yes, we have
dark
a
forest.
yes imagined dark forest cake is coming.
Yes. And next word is Gulu. Imagine the word. You are getting nothing because there's no information in your mind. And next is Masaka. Imagine the word Masaka in your mind. You are getting nothing. So next slide. So these are so this is the forest, this is the dark forest, this is the Masaka city, which is in Uganda, and Gulu city is also in Uganda. So in this way, you are so when something in your mind, okay, and you read the word, your mind can automatically imagine a picture, okay. But if there is no information in your mind, you can't imagine. For example, that I told that Masaka city, you didn't aware before. So when I show the picture, but now you are aware. And when I ask in next in the future that what is massacre, you can visualize it because now you are aware of it. Next. Okay, this is about another you can say example that how we relate to text. The way we perceive the different ideas and relate them to our experience depend on a several factors, including our background, emotions, culture, context, and cognitive process. Here's how this works. For example, all of you are aware of this picture. Who is he? Yes, because you have the knowledge of him and the picture of him in your mind. But who is he? Because you are not aware of that. Who is he? So this is way that how you imagine in your mind. Okay, your mind use the memory that exists in your mind before. Okay, how it works in the text. Let's see that how we can find these elements like gestures, these elements like visual mood, gesture mood, oral and written mood in the text, and how they help us to understand the text better. Okay, so first of all, visual mood, seeing through the world. It helps us to picture the character, event, setting in your mind and based on description. First, this is the example. This will clear the visual mood. The forest was filled with the bright flowers and sunlight streamed through the trees. So you can see this picture. You can imagine by your own memory that the forest was filled with the bright flowers and the sunlight streaming through the trees. So sunlight is coming through the trees. So in this way, we can relate our previous knowledge that exists in our mind and create the images.
This visual mode, you may go back to the previous slide. Once you see the visual mode, obviously, if you have the prior experience of observing that particular place, the way you have mentioned two cities, okay, so immediately your mind has this potential to relate with the previous information. But if it's totally blank, a new word is there, and for that you see, with the help of literature, you are trying to actually build those pictures through words. Here you see, it helps us to picture the character, event, setting in your mind based on description. So, I mean, that is description is there, that is a descriptive form or narrative form.
Yes.
In literature, you are trying to build those pictures and trying to relate with. And once you say the multimodality, mean colors are there. That is what images you say. And then even the shapes are there. You try to compare and contrast different shapes in your mind. And then once you see the picture of brain, most people are trying to relate it with the, you consider the apparent shape of walnut.
Yes.
Clear? This is how you are trying to correlate different objects and understanding their messages or meanings. So different modes are there. Verbal is one mode, and then written mode is there.
Yes.
Like images are there,
Yes.
and then you see
Oral mode is there.
oral mode is there.
Yes. Special mode. Just
And the way literature helps you even to figure out those different meanings or you can say pictures. Picturesque qualities in literature you are studying that. The way poet has this capability to paint different pictures through his or
There is
her
one,
words,
yes.
his or her poetry. That you start rejoicing while sitting in the classroom and you are moving at different places all because of the beautiful depiction of the poet. Yes. And here you see, if you read this line, the forest was, if suppose that picture is
The
missing,
picture is not
is not there. The forest was filled with bright flowers and sunlight streaming through the trees. You can picture a peaceful, colorful scene. On the, I mean, that is already
on the base of
part of
description.
your experience.
Yes, sir.
But if both are there side by side, the text is there, and then you see the images are the visual aid is still there. You can figure out the meaning quite easily.
Okay, next is the spoken word, dialogues and art. Show how characters talk and think. Their words and tones tell you about their emotions. For example, let's see the example. I can't believe it. So here's the truth. Okay, Tom shouted, and you all know that how a person shouted. Like I can't believe it. Okay, and here's the description. His face lighting up as he saw his best friend walk through the door. So he suddenly see his friend and he shouted, "I can't believe it!" And next, "You didn't tell me you were coming." He laughed, and next there's a description. He laughed and pulling him into unable to hide his joy.
Okay, it's your test now. Who is Tom in that in this particular picture?
Number one is love.
No, let them decide. Okay, who is the Tom in that picture? Just look at the picture, try to understand the person who is just showing his,
Happy, more
happiness and in that both are happy.
happy.
No, both are happy, but the one who is actually
One
goes to
who's,
his mother and he
yes,
was not expecting he's supposed to visit me.
this
Then
yellow shirted.
okay, now it's up to you. Just look at the eyes and then even the facial expressions and the way they are smiling. Try to actually understand the different bits and pieces and then compose and come up with a final conclusion. Who is actually Tom? As a linguist, yes, the visual mode is there, the pictures and images are there. You need to figure out the meaning. I can't believe it. Tom shouted. Who is more happy? Yes. No, you need to just look at the face and obviously it is written on the face. Now it's up to the me to clarify. After
I think Tom because he holding from upper side.
I think the one who is on the left side with yellow shirt
Yes,
is the one who is the host. You may say that he's trying to, pull him, yes, pull him. And the second one, and one is Tom, you see. You may disagree with me, but just by giving some counter arguments. I can't believe it, Tom shouted, his face lighting up as he saw his best friend walk through the door. You didn't tell me you were coming? He laughed, pulling him. Who is pulling?
Tom is pulling his
You need to just.
Tom is pulling. Tom is pulling now.
Who is pulling? He laughed, pulling him into a hug. Who is trying to hug the other one? The one who has kept his hand on the shoulder and trying to. You see it? Now, whose hand is there on the shoulder? Exactly on the shoulder. The first one. Okay? He's trying to pull him towards and then pulling him into a hug, unable to hide his joy. And if you see the mouth position, I mean the one is actually more happy, and eyes the way they are showing more surprise as compared to the second one. So doing obviously having this ability to perceive.
Yes.
Very
Okay,
nice.
so written mode is there. Description. A written style, vocabulary, and sentence structure guide you through the story. Let's see the example. The full moon shone brightly over the calm lake, its lighting turning the water into silver. The trees stood still and casting long shadows on the ground. So this is the picture, and this is the moon, and you have to tell me to. Sorry, this is have in your mind before this information that how moon is it, that how moon is, and how the lake is, calm lake is, and what is the silver color, and how the long trees.
All
So
the
you can
modes are integrated in
yes,
it, just to figure
then
out.
you can visualize easily what is the scene.
If the picture is missing, once again read the example. Suppose that picture is.
Yes, the full moon shone brightly over the calm lake.
So it is necessary for the reader just he has or she has the experience of visiting a lake
Yes, sir.
and then even to observe the full moon, the way it actually looks like. And if that previous information is there, then he can correlate with his or her experience. And even the experiences are different. Clear? And then you see it's light turning the water into silver. And then the tree stood still. It means there is no wind.
Yes.
They are just standing still, casting long shadows on the ground. So you need to figure out the actual situation or scenario through the word, through the description.
Yes. Next. Or sound in the story. The description of the sound, music, laughter, or noise makes sense more clearly. How it is in the text. A sentence like the thunder rolled in the distance and I was on my way to the town helps you imagine hearing a storm adding to the tension. So this is how that like the sound of ambulance. If there is a word ambulance, you can imagine the sound in your mind. And like in this example, there is a roar of thunder. It means that crumbling of the thunder. Okay. So in this way, you can imagine the sound in your own mind because you have the information in your mind before. Gesture mood. Gesture mood works by describing the character's action, body language, or facial expression to show their emotion or intention. This is example from Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Elizabeth blushed and fixed her eyes on the ground, unable to make Darcy's gesture showing shyness or embarrassment. So gesture mode in the you can say the X showing the action of the characters. Like in this example, Elizabeth, you can imagine that Elizabeth then blushed, that how a person blushed and fixed her eyes on the ground and unable to make the unmeet the there is yes
So you need to actually delve deep into the context in which actually that situation is,
yes
in the situation in which they are right now, and then obviously you will be in a better position to figure out the meanings.
yes
Okay? Yes, sir.
special
So far we have discussed visual mode, then what was
Oral.
written mode, and then oral mode, three modes are there, and then spatial mode. Multimodality mean multiple modes are there just to communicate something.
in the text that help us understand
That are there within the text.
yes. So last is expression like
Spatial, yes.
mode in the text describe the physical space layout or position creator.
Okay, let me explain it. Once you see the spatial mode, there is a kind of proximity between the buddies, like you are sitting along the same class, fifth semester, and then in friend circle you have the proximity, closeness to each other. Then this distance, the way you are maintaining distance, your
Yeah.
face, positive face and negative face, and the way being the face, the facial distance, you can say, or the spatial distance between the teachers and the students. There is a certain boundary. One need not to jump across or trespass that boundary. So, mean within the society, within your domestic atmosphere, you have the distances, like with your parents, even with your own children and siblings, we have the certain physical distances. We are not taking mean you need to maintain that one. And once you are interrupted into that, it means there is a problem. So here you see spatial mode in text describes physical spaces. There are physical spaces amongst the masses. Clear? And then you see layouts or positions to create meanings. Obviously, those positions also create.
Yes, create meaning.
If someone tries to enter into your physical space without your permission, it means he is supposed to jeopardize your privacy and is not allowed to actually do this and that. So this is how you are supposed to, how the characters are trying to actually maintain that physical space or violate that physical space. You need to look in that context, spatial mode.
Awesome.
Now example is
The bed was by the window and a desk set near the door.
this is the physical space.
Yes, sir. So it's
Of
indicating the
objects.
position of the room, which is help us to visualize us in our mind that how was the setting on that the text.
Interior of a room and different objects and their physical setting.
Yes. So conclusion is there. Books hold books hold ideas and stories, but their true essence is not confined to the text itself. Instead, it comes to life through the reader's interpretation.
There is some mode that is missing in your presentation.
I know.
These are the basic ones and they all are covered.
There are certain modes you need to just okay discuss the conclusion and we will go back to the first slide and discuss the
Okay.
conclusion.
Emotions and personal experience. Every reader perceives the content differently based on their background and mindset, making the meaning of a book subjective and ever changing. In this way, a book's value is not just in what it says, but in how it resonates with each individual. That's next.
Every reader perceives the content
Next.
differently.
Next.
Last one, conclusion. Every reader perceives the content differently based on their background and mindset,
Yes.
making the meaning of a book subjective and ever changing. This way, a book's value is not just in what it says, but in how it resonates with each individual. So, even the 40 students are there, the way they are reading the same text, but when it comes to figure out the meanings, when they relate it with the information, with their existing information, cognitive information,
Yes, sir.
so obviously their perception is, although they are sharing the same ground, maybe their ideas are, there's a kind of consensus and agreement, but still their perception has the significant differences. Now move back to the first one in modes, multimodality. Now here you see the spoken in oral mode is there, and then written mode, images,
Yes. Sounds and special.
okay, images here, obviously the colors are there, and shapes, texture, okay. And then even the here you may say the physical positioning of the object, the way we discussed the interior of the object, and then comes gestures, attributes of the animate object like the beings, the way they show different gestures, frowning on the face,
Yes.
okay, and blinking of eye, mean the way you are making your faces in order to express your
Nice.
yes, sometime uh, in a foreign situation, the way you are detested, you are not disliking someone, and the way you are showing expression, and then the gestures of agreement,
And gestures are there.
yes, hand gestures are there, facial expressions are there, body gestures are there,
Body.
okay? And then you see of sounds, auditory
Yes.
mode. Auditory mode is there. One oral mode is there, that is also, but auditory mode. Sound different. Once you see the thunderstorm, then thundering of a person in a gathering. Now here you see he is just trying to control the crowd and then raising the pitch of his voice. So that here thundering is in a different context. The thundering of a cloud. And then you see spatial mode is there, the physical distance. Is there any other mode that you can discuss?
I pick all these modes from the user
No, I'm
presentation.
asking rest of the class. Is there any mode, Yusuf? Because we are presented on the same topic.
Yes. Musical mode, rhythmic.
Rhythm there, yes, line, rhythm is there. Once again, that is there in the song. You may fall into the category of sounds,
Yes.
RTD, and then anesthetic,
That is body movements.
and then like some abstract ideas are there, like you can even feel it. If you have the prior feeling, then you may even once again it is there in the text you can feel something that is soft or hard or like different, and even the gustatory mode is there. The taste,
Yes.
your sense of taste, and I have this sense of touch, and then sense of taste. Maybe you start discussing a recipe of a particular fast food, and then your mouth is watered, like you are perceiving those injuries. Clear? Respiratory mode is there. You may discuss with all the five senses, and then aesthetic sense is there. That is the particularly as a student of literature, you have developed your aesthetic sense to take the objects of nature. Today, even some voices are there. The way he said, melodious voices. Once you just listen those voices, and they are supposed to give you some impart you some sort of meanings. So multimodality is the main thing that
Multimodality index.
it was once again a good presentation. The way he has delivered, I think it is commendable. Who's next in the queue? Come.